Okay, so I've bought this Mack Pack from Horizon Sales, and this is my experience so far. I've had this Mack Pack, which comes in two parts. There's a stack pack that you can see now, and there's also the mast hood at the front there. I've had it for just about 2 months in this part of the video, and I've noticed that there is a tear forming down there, and I have written to them, and there's actually 2 tears. That's the other one. And I've written to them and I've told them about the tears. I said I've had it for 2 months and already the material is starting to tear and degrade. Is this really 340G UV resistant acrylic? Now, when I was researching and when I bought it, their website said 340G UV resistant acrylic fabric. So I'm not convinced that I've actually got that. And when I wrote to them, they responded with, the stack pack we provided you was white, not grey. So I've had to give them more information. So I did. I sent them another video and pictures, and they said, thanks. So from what we can see, it appears that the fabric may be torn rather than showing signs of material degradation. We stand by the quality of our 340G UV resistant acrylic fabric, etc. So they've said 340G, but I'm not convinced it's 340G. Okay, and this is showing it here. Again, I sent them this photo. It shows that the material is about 1 millimeter thick. I've also told them, that I'm using it in the normal way and it's not too tight. So they've responded, even if it's not very tight, that's what's causing the tear. They're referring to a winch underneath there at that location. Can you just lift the stack pack so it's resting on top and not covering it? Okay, now I'm saying that the mast hood is being used for its intended purpose. Either the material I got is not what was quoted or the quality is not fit for the purpose. I cannot independently verify the brand and specs yet. I can only guess. So tell me exactly what was used, brand, grade, specs, etc. and I'll get a sample from the manufacturer. They responded that the material is Saluda Mascaril, high quality fabric, specifically designed for marine applications. The canvas is known for its durability and resistance to UV rays, mildew and harsh marine conditions, etc. It's sales speak, but it doesn't tell me the thickness of the material, and that's what I've been trying to figure out so far. Okay, so a bit more research. I found that the Mascaril that you can buy is either 310 gram or 330 gram, and I've also gone back to their website just to be sure, and it now says 310 gram on their website. So I've told them, okay, so you've updated your website. It now shows 310 gram. When I bought the product, I thought I was getting 340 gram. Okay, so I showed them an image of what the website looked before, and I got this image from the Wayback Machine. And it shows there 340G UV resistant down there at the red arrow. And that's from 16th of June. And that's about the time I was researching the product and when I bought it. Okay, so 340G. I also showed them an image of a Google search, which I'd made on the same day as I wrote to them. And the Google search still showed 340G. Okay, so there you go. The Google search, it shows 340G. So they had just updated their website because of this discussion I was having with them. I've told them many times at this point that the product is fragile, and I didn't get what I ordered. They say, we understand your concerns regarding the weight and quality of the fabric. As stated in our terms and conditions, we reserve the right to make updates or modifications to the content of our website at any time without prior notice. So they're still not really acknowledging the fact I didn't get the material that I thought I was getting. But they did offer me the option to return the product back, and they would reinforce the fragile areas I've highlighted and ensure the material is optimal. Now, I then responded with, okay, so it's safe to assume that I didn't get 340G UV resistant acrylic fabric as advertised, which would explain why the material is fragile. Although I'm not completely sure that 340G would have been any better. I also say it's not in either of our interests if I just keep returning the product every time something breaks. Okay, so as you can see, it's not too tight. Okay, let's open it up and have a closer look. Right, the winch. The guilty winch. Let's cause that. It's not the fragile material, according to them. So I'm going to put some gaffer tape there, just so that it doesn't get worse. 2 pieces of gaffer tape. Okay, brilliant. Now that shouldn't get any worse. Right, let's put it back together and you can see it's not too tight. Okay, let's look at this one. This is the other one I told them about, and they didn't acknowledge that one. But you can see that it's there. It's wearing through. And when I open it up, I discover there are 2 tears actually forming there. There and there. 2 of them. So I'm going to put gaffer on those as well, just so that it doesn't get worse. Excellent. Material as fragile as paper. Let's just zip it back up. Right. Okay, so a few weeks later, I've come back to inspect it to see its progress. And I've noticed that there is another tear. There it is there. Okay, so that's the original one. I already put gaffer tape under, and this is another one. Okay, and you can see it's not too tight. Up the top, here's another one, but I'll point that out in more detail later. Over here, there's some strange line forming. Not sure what that is yet. Anyway, let's open it up and have a closer look. As you can see again, it's not too tight. Okay, that's the tear. That's the gaffer that I put there a few weeks ago. That is not showing signs of wear and tear yet, but there's another tear just from where the material is touching part of the winch. Let's put it back together. You can see it's not too tight. Okay. Like I said, it's not too tight. It's just moving around. Let's open it up and inspect the inside. And they are the gaffer tapes from a few weeks ago. And here is another one that's wearing through. Another repair that I have to make. So I've told them about that. I've sent them a video as well. And they say, okay, thanks for your email. The tears seem to be located in areas where the stack pack comes into contact with the winches. They offer to cut the stack pack so that it no longer covers the winches, or alternatively, reinforce the areas that are subject to stress from the winches. Right, okay. Okay, so still looking around. I think these look a bit tight. I think that's going to wear. But anyway, I do find another one, another place where it's wearing. Now this wear is caused by the mast hood rubbing against the stack pack. Okay, so the product I've had for nearly 3 months at this point. And that's what is happening. Let's have a little look inside. Okay, I've already pointed that one out. Here's another one up here. That is wearing because it's touching probably that. Once again, these are the gaffer tapes from a few weeks ago. They're not showing any signs of wear and tear. It's just the material that was supplied on the mast hood there. The original repairs so far. There's the gaffer tape on them. How beautiful that looks. Wow. And that's the guilty winch. Right, there's another one. Also being caused by something underneath. There we go. That or that. Whatever. The product is not suitable for the purpose. It doesn't matter what it touches. It starts to wear. And I expect this to just get worse very quickly over the next months. Okay, putting it back together. As you can see, it's not too tight. Okay. Beautiful. Not too tight. So anyway, I just keep telling them each time I get new rips, giving them more videos to watch, and they're not really interested because I keep telling them that the material is as fragile as paper. And if I do return it, I'll only need to return it again next month. I've also said that I've raised the concern that the material is not suitable for the purpose right from the beginning and continue to raise it. I expect many problems with it over the warranty period. And remember, at this point, I'm only 3 months into the 2-year warranty period. So I say the only answer I'm going to be happy with is a full refund. And they say, hello, thanks for sharing your feedback. After reviewing the images and the details you've provided, we believe that the tear occurred during usage at the specific point shown in your photos. So, specific point. There are lots of points I've pointed out so far. The fabric elsewhere appears to be in good condition, which indicates that the quality of the material is not at fault. And I'm saying again that the material is at fault. It's low quality. It's less quality than was advertised when I ordered it. They say, well, that's their right in terms of conditions to change the specs without warning. Also, this is a custom-made product. We regret to inform you that returns and refunds are not possible under our terms and conditions of sale. So I'm not going to get a refund according to them. Now, you can see just how fragile the material is there. This is caused by the mast hood rubbing against the stack pack. that there. Just that little bit of material there, rubbing against that. And that is already wearing through. I've had this product at this point just over 3 months. Now, what makes this worse is that I'm in England and Horizon Sales is in the EU. And since Brexshit, there are no effective consumer protections. If I was to return this to them, I have to be especially careful how I declare the items. Otherwise, I will incur another import-export duty. When they send that back to me, if they make any mistake, I will then have to pay another import-export duty. Now, this product has already cost me over £1,000, including the import duties that I've already paid. So good luck if you decide to buy a stack pack or Mack Pack from Horizon Sales and you are in the UK. Okay, so to summarise my experience, when I first told them about this, they didn't believe me. They said the product we provided you was white, not grey. They also told me that they stand by the quality of their 340G UV resistant acrylic. But with some more probing, I found out that it was Saluda Massacryl and they don't sell 340G. They sell 310G or 330G. Their website was updated to be 310G. I told them, I've noticed that you've changed the website. I also showed them a screen grab from the Wayback Machine and a search from Google on exactly the same day as I told them about this. And they say, well, that's in our terms and conditions. We reserve the right to make changes without prior notice. When I asked them for information about the quality and the grade and the specification, they gave me sales speak, but still nothing about the thickness. They don't acknowledge that I've shown them many points where the material appears fragile, but they respond with that the material is not at fault. They also tell me I'm not entitled to a refund. Perhaps your experience will be better. And since the UK has left the EU, there are no longer effective consumer protections. So good luck.